friends, welcome back. Today we have dinner and nails. So we're going to go ahead and make some dinner, and then I'm going to show you how I do my nails at home. So anyways, first things first, I just got my Green Chef box, and you guys know I live for Green Chef meals. If you've never tried them, you need to. They are the best. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that makes eating well easy, affordable with plans to fit every kind of lifestyle. I absolutely love them. Everything is so freaking good, so delicious. Green Chef, it's easy to eat well. Discover new recipes every week that you'll love to cook. And they're so good, and they pair these different ingredients together that you would never think would taste good. But when it just blends, it's like perfection. Literally chef's kiss. So good. You can always switch up your meal plan whenever you're ready to try a new way of eating, which is awesome because Green Chef does offer a variety of lifestyles, including vegan, vegetarian, paleo, and keto. So if you decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and lay off keto and I'm going to try to maybe clean it up and do more of a vegan lifestyle, you can do that. You're not committed to anything, which I really enjoy. It's also super easy to go ahead and just pair everything together. Everything comes in a bag. The only really things you'll need are a little list right there, and it's like you need a pan, you need some salt and pepper, you need a little bit of olive oil, but the bulk of your groceries come already packed, ready to go, which I love because I always forget stuff at the store. Green Chef's expert chefs design flavorful recipes for your lifestyle that'll go well beyond ordinary substitutions. You see that verde sauce? Green Chef's seasonings and sauces are incredible. Like Leo's like, oh God, what sauce do they have now? Literally the best ingredients I've ever tried. Their sauces, I tell you all the time, they need to just sell them and I'll buy them all. You're also able to enjoy clean ingredients you can trust, seasonably sourced for peak freshness, and you get really good clean produce, and I really enjoy it. Everything is really fresh and crisp, and nothing's like soggy or anything, which is, a perk for me because I hate buying stuff at the grocery store, and then when you get it home, it's like soggy or got like mold on it. The ingredients do come pre-measured, perfectly proportioned, and mostly prepped. Honestly, you might have to just chop up a few things. That's really what it is. You really have to maybe chop up a few things. This recipe, we did like these pork patties with this cabbage mix with that green sauce. This was my favorite meal. Out of all the meals I've made, this one was my favorite. If you're able to choose one, do this. This one is so good. I promise you will love it. Like me, Leo, the kids, everybody was like, oh my God, this is so good. You're able to eat healthier during the holidays for less. Score limited time savings on delicious chef-curated recipes featuring organic veggies, high-quality proteins delivered to your door contact-free. We all know it's a crazy world we're living in right now, and you don't have to worry about running to the grocery store or anything like that. If you're just like, hey, you know what, I just want to stay at home, kick it, not really deal with people. Go ahead, order yourself a little Green Chef box, and they just drop it at your front door. It does come packed with like ice and everything, so you don't have to worry about like not being home right when it's delivered. It will be okay. So yeah, I really, really love it, and everything was so good, and they're so easy to cook with because not only do they like write out the directions, but they also give you pictures. I'm a picture person. I need the pictures because I'm always like, what does this cut mean? I don't understand. So yeah, this cabbage, and they had like these little, I think they're called like pepita seeds. Delicious. If you guys were interested in trying Green Chef for yourself, which I highly recommend, you can go to greenchef.us/ADD Diaries and use code ADD Diaries to get $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. I promise this is something you guys are going to need. Go ahead and plate this up and eat this scrumptious meal. Get myself a little energy to start on these nails. But yeah, so good. This sauce and that cheese, delicious. Definitely check them out. I'll leave my code and everything linked down below. Thank you for Green Chef for sending over this box and sponsoring this part of this video. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and eat, and then we are going to jump into the nails. Okay, so now it's nail time. Before we start into this, I'm just going to hand out a disclaimer. I'm not a professional nail tech. This was a quarantine hobby that I just happened to pick up because I wanted to do my nails, and you know, it's crazy out there. And I was like, went down the YouTube rabbit hole one day and I decided let's give it a whirl. So all the products I mostly use are Mia Secret. The reason why I do use these products is because I get them at a store local to me, and they do have all this stuff on Amazon, but they have a store that you can shop there in person and you don't need a license. So I can't tell you if it's good or bad. I mean, it works. I'm pretty sure there's better stuff out there. There is a couple, like I really want to try like Valentino nails and like young nails and stuff like that. But this is just what I have for right now. So I bought myself one of these little hands. It's kind of creepy, but nonetheless. So this is what we're going to do. I'm using the Melody Susie hand drill. Love this drill. Her name is V Nailed It, V Nails. I watch her on YouTube and she recommended this one. Oops, sorry. So she recommended using this drill and I picked it up. The first one I got from Amazon was like cheapy and I burned it out. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go through the nails and you're going to rough up the surface, okay? If, since this is a fake hand, I don't have to do any cuticle work, but if you had like cuticles, you're going to want to push those back. And I'm going to use some tips. I use a variety of tips. I also cheat because I get pre-shaped tips because shaping is not my strong suit just yet. I'm working on it. Again, I'm new at this stuff. Okay, so here we go again. So you take your nail tip and you're going to want to measure it because you want it to hit, like they call it sidewall because I'm like a professional, so I'm going to use the professional lingo. And you're going to want it to match like sidewall to sidewall. If you notice that the one, you rather it be a little bit bigger than too small, okay? So if you notice like, hey, this one's a little too big, should I go for the smaller one? Go for the bigger size. Promise, made that mistake. I'm using the Mia Secret nail gel or nail glue. This was really hard to film, okay? Obviously this isn't like my real gig here. I don't like this nail glue. The nails weren't sticking to this like pretend hand, so I was only able to do one nail that I could get to stick. I think it's called KNS or KDS glue that everybody else recommends. I have yet to get my hands on some. So yeah, I would recommend that more than this one. So we're going to go ahead, glue on the tip, and then we're going to shape. Again, these are pre-shapen, but you're going to want to like crisp up the shape. So if you're going to do the tip, the very tip of the nail, you're going to want to go up and down so it has that nice flat. These are coffin shape, by the way. And then if you're going to do the sides, you're going to want to hold the file like at a 90-degree angle. You don't want it to be like kind of under the nail, and you don't want it to be like above the nail. You want it to be like right against the nail, and you're going to go like couple like strokes on one side and then bring it over to the other and a couple strokes on that side. Again, shaping isn't my strongest suit. I'm working on it. I'm learning. This is why I got the practice hand. You know, you watch these people do your nails for years and you're like, oh my God, that's so easy. And then you try to do it and you're like, what? Yeah, so I am using 100 grit file from Mia Secret. We're going to go ahead and use a Mia Secret liquid monomer. And we have a little, I think it's called a dabbing dish, and just pour that in there. I am using a number 10, I think it's called Kaczynski brush. I recommend getting the Kaczynski brush as opposed to like the cheaper ones. And then we're going to use the clear acrylic powder. So we're going to use clear acrylic and we're going to use colored acrylic. So from what I gathered from all my YouTube investigation, if you're going to add colored acrylic, you need to put down a base of clear acrylic, okay? So you're going to go ahead, you're going to dip your brush into your little dabbing dish here. And Tammy Taylor, I think is her name, she says to dip it in all the way so like you hit the metal. And then you wipe it off, make sure there's no like dried acrylic. I do have a brush cleaner also that I use after I do it. And then you're going to go ahead and file down the tip on the nail using your drill. I'm using one of these brown bands, I think it's 180 grit. I recommend the brown or the white sanding bands, but mine are back ordered on Amazon. And yeah, so I did like dehydrate and prep my nails too, but I cut that footage for some reason. And we're going to go ahead and pick up our bead. So here we go. You see that bead and it's not sticking? It's because the bead was too dry. So you could do 2 dry beads and it won't stick like that one. Or you do 2 wet of a bead and it's like goop and it slides down. that I have found is the trick. From what I've gathered about this Mia Secret is that it's kind of hard to work with because it's kind of runny and stuff like that. They say with like Valentino and Young Nails and stuff, you don't really have the same problem that you would have with the Mia Secret stuff. But again, I'm just learning. This stuff was pretty affordable and it was at my disposal. So again, I am learning. I'm not a professional. This is just something I'm doing for fun. I've done like my mom's nails and stuff like that because, you know, we don't want to be out there. So applying our acrylic balls here. I don't really do like a 2 or 3 ball method. I'm working my way up there. I think because these are a long one, I think I did 4 balls. And I start right where the nail is glued to the finger. You know what I mean? I think that's like you start there and then you're going to want to just cover it. You don't necessarily have to do as many layers of acrylic as I did. I'm still learning, but you just want to give the finger, if you're going to use the colored acrylic, a nice coat. But just because I'm still learning, I just go ahead and I'm kind of heavy with the clear acrylic. But I also like my nails to be a little bit thicker. Sorry guys, UPS is outside like all the time and Benny's losing his mind over them. So yeah, so I'm going ahead and I'm just giving my nail a light cover of the clear acrylic. And when you get closer to the cuticle, you just kind of like nudge it towards the cuticle line. You don't want to put it on the skin of the cuticle. You just kind of want to nudge it. I'm just kind of showing you how it looks. It's a pretty thin layer of acrylic. I don't go as heavy as like other people. Like I watch other girls do it and they usually just do like 1 or 2 balls of the clear acrylic and then they're done. But I'm still not as confident as they are, but I'm learning. I'm going to go in and we're going to use, this is the first time I've ever used colored acrylic before, and this is Red Apple by Mia Secret, and I thought that was really pretty. I bought this because I wanted to put it on my mom's nails, and because she likes red for Christmas, so I was like, oh, let's try the colored acrylic. So this is the first time, again, learning, so please, please be kind, guys. I'm not claiming to be a professional. This is just something I've picked up. So going ahead and dropping like a medium-sized bead onto the center of the nail and bringing it down. And I was really surprised. I was like, okay, this is applying very nicely. It's not like too thick. I've used some other like colored acrylic before and it was drying super fast. So this one worked out really nicely. And you just want to keep building it up. So because these are longer, I wanted to make sure the tip had a nice thick coating on there. I like I said, I like for my nails to be kind of thicker, not like crazy thick, but support where they can, you know, if there's any type of pressure was applied to the tip of the nail, because I use my nails as tools, that they wouldn't snap, right? And then as I'm applying the acrylic, I'm clearing up the sides, like you see me wiping down and making sure that I keep the shape so we don't have to file as much, because remember I said my filing isn't like my best work. Because this is a bigger brush as well, I found that it does retain a lot of fluid, so I have to be careful with that. And I'm trying to show you the tip of the nail was kind of like transparent, like a little opaque. So I wanted to add just a little bit more. So I took a small little dot there, and I'm going to add it to the tip of the nail, and I'm actually going to feather it back. I promise I will use a different camera the next time if you guys want another nail tutorial. If not, I totally understand. I don't know how these girls get these like dope angles. Like it's not that easy. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of build up the tip, and then we're going to bring it back. So I'm going to do the cuticle first. And as you see, I'm just applying the dot and I'm kind of just nudging it. I don't even know if nudging is a word, and just leaving it right there. And I'm going to clean off my brush. You're also going to want to, when I'm done doing that, I kind of look at the nail from the side and to the front to make sure that it's nice and thick, and make sure like the apex, which takes a lot of the pressure, is nice and thick too, so the nails can withstand some pressure. We're going to use these little snowflakes because I don't know, I guess I thought I was a professional nail tech and I can do designs, but whatever. So what I do is I kind of rub some monomer on the nail, and then I'll use this little wax thing and I pick up the snowflakes and drop them back on. I had to, you'll see, I had a little trouble with these, but again, you know, we're learning. It's a learning curve. So this is what it looked like. I thought it looked really pretty. I mean, considering it was my first time using colored acrylic, and I was like, oh, okay, she got a little talent. You're going to want to encapsulate these snowflakes. I would for my own thing, anytime I use colored acrylic, which I've only ever used like white, to be honest with you, I encapsulate everything just because I feel like it's just better to be safe than sorry, to be honest. And again, like my acrylic application isn't the best, so I want to make sure I have a nice like solid nail form. So you're going to want to go ahead and drop some acrylic down and encapsulate all the snowflakes. And here's a fun fact. I didn't actually, I thought I added enough clear acrylic and I didn't. So when I started to like file the nail, I kind of nicked at a couple of these snowflakes. So I had to go back and reapply them, but you'll see them. Using this extra coarse sandy bit, but it's curved. I like this one when you're, e-filing around the nail. You can use like a regular nail file, but I'm going to use the e-file. And you're going to go around the cuticle bed. You see that? But since it's rounded, you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. And girls, let me tell you, I cut myself quite a few times. So you're going to go nice and slow. And I go nice and slow. And I also have my drill at a really low speed. I see like what other people run their drills at, and I'm like, ooh, that's real fast. But they're more confident. They're more comfortable. I'm pretty sure the more I do it, the better I'll get. But so we're going to go around the nail bed and around the cuticle, and you're going to want to seal that cuticle. Make sure you get it. You want to separate, make sure you could actually see your cuticle. You don't want the acrylic onto the actual cuticle and like on the finger, because that's going to cause lifting, okay? You're going to want to seal that, and then you're going to want to make sure you smooth down anything. As you see, I was like filing, and I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done this. But, you live and you learn. And it was kind of bumping off some of those snowflakes. Going to go back in and tighten up my shape, just same way I did it before, hitting the sides of it, making sure the file is nice and straight, and then going up and down for the tip. And I actually do use my drill to kind of clean up to make sure that the tip of the nail has that nice C-curve, and then I bring the nail around. So I had to like take this off my table and like flip it around. And then you go in with a little, what is this thing called? It's not sander, buffing sponge thing. And I started to notice that I was like, dang, I'm taking up some of these. I'm embarrassing myself in front of all my friends. But then I was like, they don't care because they know I'm not professional. So I went through and I added some more. Gosh, excuse me. So you'll see I added a, what is it called? A top coat, like UV top coat. This is just some like random one I have, and then cured it in my light, and that's what it looks like. I wish I would have did 2 different color snowflakes. Imagine if I would have did like an iridescent snowflake with the white one on top. That would have looked super sharp. But I'm proud of it. I just want to, I'm learning, guys. Give yourself some grace. But look at the tip. I thought it was pretty good. It's not like lumpy. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm learning. It's really hard to put tips on like with this glue. But if anybody does do this for a living, please, any type of criticism, constructive criticism you guys can offer. I do watch like Tammy Taylor, V Nailed It. I think it's Slayed by Amber. A lot of those girls are so good. I think her name's Dina. She does another one, but they're all so wonderful. So I hope you guys like this, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, friends.